In this Math in Minute video, we are going to find the area of composite figures. So the first thing is define what a composite figure is. And that's any figure where you have a combination of basic shapes, such as squares, rectangles, triangles, circles, and many more shapes. So here, this house shape, it has a combination of a square and a triangle. So this is a composite figure because there are two shapes that are combined. So let's take a look at this composite shape. It's one shape, but we can break it down into two rectangles. And finding the area of rectangles, we use the length times the width. So let's first break this down into two rectangles. So if I put a line across here, we have a big rectangle, I'm just going to label that B, and a small one. So what we want to do is find the length and the width of each of them and then add them together. So let's start with the big rectangle. So I'm just going to outline the one we're talking about. So we know the length of B is 15 and we know the width is 30. So for B, we have 450 feet. So let's look at the smaller rectangle would be this one. Okay, so we know in the smaller one our width is equal to 5, but we need to determine the length, this part here. So the whole length of this figure is 20, and up here it tells us this distance is 15. So if we subtract our 20 minus 15, we're going to know that that small section is 5 feet. So this is 5 feet. So we now have both the length and the width of our smaller rectangle. So we can do 5 times this 5, which is our length, and we get 25. So our area equals 450 plus the 25 of the smaller rectangle, which gives us a total of 475. And since it's the area, it would equal 475 feet squared. So that would be the answer to this particular composite figure. Let's try another one. So the previous one we added the two shapes, the big and the small. Here we kind of have a outer rectangle and an inner rectangle. We're going to take the bigger shape, and that's on the outer, and we're going to subtract the inner rectangle. Outer rectangle, we have a length of 28 and a width of 16, and that equals 448 centimeters. Now the inner, we have to do some calculation. So we know the length of this is 18. So in the inner rectangle, we have a length of 18. We need to determine the size of this small portion down here. Again, we can look up at the top there and we see the whole width is 16. And down here, this has to be 16 too. So we have 16 and we're going to determine the length of what we have there, which is 8 plus 6. So we're going to subtract 14. And that small section has to be 2 centimeters. So that's what I'm going to multiply for my width of the inner. And 18 times 2 is 36. So my area is equal to 448 minus the 36 because we're subtracting the inner part of that. And that equals 412 centimeters squared. So that would be my area. So in this case, we subtracted the inner from the larger rectangle to get the area. And that's how you would find the area of composite figures. Any math topics you would like me to cover, please leave in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you next time.